those of you who go to my blog to read my articles and that sort of thing, or watch the Let's Play footage in addition to my regular videos, you probably will have already seen my actual blog post discussing this, but if you were to click there and go back and forth off and on again, or we're dependent on email newsletters provided through um, the Jet, whatever, I forget what the technical term is because because I've turned off the plugin. Jetpack, sorry. The Jetpack plugin. You notice you aren't getting those anymore either, and you may have been popping over to the YouTube channel or elsewhere to find out what's going on. Also, you may have those visual hiccups and that sort of thing are at the bottom of the site. You may have noticed it no longer says hosted by WordPress.com. You wouldn't notice this if you just get all my stuff through Patreon, but hey, that's all right. That's because I've switched my web hosting from WordPress.com and Bluehost, and I figure it's worth mentioning why. The small reason is it's cheaper, a little bit. I was paying about like $300 plus a year through hosting for WordPress.com in order to get a plan and love for advertising because of issues with trying to get my Google AdSense payment threshold related to stuff involving my channel being part of the big demonetization, that whole spiel I've talked about in the past, I think. If I hadn't, let me know in the comments. I'll do a separate video on that. I'm paying about $50 less a year for Bluehost, so that ain't nothing. Larger reason, though. The guy who runs WordPress.com, Matt Mullenweg, has frankly been acting like a git. He's been harassing hosting providers like WP Engine and alienating plugin authors. It's been involved enough that TechCrunch had to write an explainer article, which I'll put in the doobly-doo below, a link to it. But even that's obsolete because there's been new developments as of when I'm recording it. In short, he's the kind of person that candidly is causing problems for the WordPress platform as a whole. It's an issue. Like, not to put too fine a point on it. When I was in college, what I used for word processing for papers and essays and that sort of thing, and carried over to when I went to the workforce and writing resumes, was I used OpenOffice. Because I was a college student and a Office license Microsoft Office package was expensive. Even with a student plan, it's still kind of iffy because you're also supposed to stop using it once you stop being a student, that sort of thing. So I used OpenOffice, which was being developed by Sun Microsystems. Sun got bought by Oracle, partially because Sun also did Java, and Oracle wanted Java. But as part of this, they ended up inheriting the OpenOffice suite, and Oracle decided, nah, I mean, we're gonna still do stuff with it, but we're not actually going to maintain it. And so they stopped. And ultimately, the open source community does what the open source community is supposed to do in a case like this. They forked it, and that's how we have LibreOffice, and which has persisted to this day. And I bring this up because one of the things that came up as of this recording fairly recently after I recorded it was that Mullenweg at a WordCamp Asia event said that they were no longer going to be doing updates to the WordPress platform while they were dealing with while they were in a court battle with WP Engine over WordPress harassing WP Engine. And Mullenweg proceeded to say, well, if you want us to start updating again, you should contact WP Engine and ask them to stop stop fighting us in court, which is a shitty thing to do. That's basically holding your open source platform hostage. Now, WordPress is open source, so that means it could theoretically be forked. We aren't in that situation yet, but if we were to go there, and it's entirely possible that Mullenweg could just speed run the process of, no, really, we got to get out of this place. Let's fork this bad boy. Let's fork off. Then, if I'm on WordPress.com for hosting, I can't use the fork, which is more actively updated and developed. So I got to go elsewhere. So that's why I am at currently Bluehost. Now, for my in the interim, moving to Bluehost because I'm not using Jetpack, which is a WordPress.com thing and costs a bunch of extra money to get, which is I would have gotten through WordPress.com hosting. This is a broken email subscription. So in the meantime, if you're not using RSS, and really you should, I would recommend using that to subscribe to my blog. Also, YouTube actually does support RSS for channels, so you can follow my channel that way as well if you want to put that all in one place. Or also following my Blue Sky or Mastodon accounts. There will be automated updates going there as well. Links to those will be in the doobly-doo. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. And also consider backing my Patreon. Patreon backers get episodes up to 1 week early of this show and any future Let's Plays. Also, please consider backing my Ko-fi. Toss me a few bucks, also helps support the show, and it's not a monthly obligation or anything like that.